Okay, so let us start the today's lecture. That is, of course, we are going to learn about the magnetism. Okay, so already we discussed some fundamental aspects and basic nature of magnetism. So the classification of magnetic materials are means which type of materials are belongs in the criteria of magnetism. So the basic classification of magnetisms are classification of magnetism. Classification of magnetism. Okay, so there are basically five categories are covered inside the magnetic materials or inside the magnetic materials. So we can say that the magnetic material classification of magnetic materials. So which kind of materials are present in the category of magnetic materials? So number one is the of course diamagnetism. Diamagnetism. Number two is the paramagnetism. Paramagnetism. Number three is the ferromagnetism. Ferromagnetism. Number fourth is the anti-ferromagnetism. Anti-ferromagnetism. And last one is the ferrimagnetism. That is ferrite. Ferrimagnetism. Ferrimagnetism. That is nothing but a, of course, the another name is ferrite. So generally there are five categories which are belongs to the magnetic materials. That is the diamagnetism, paramagnetism, ferromagnetism, anti-ferromagnetism, and last one is the ferrimagnetism, or that is nothing but ferrite. Okay, and for your syllabus, only three types are covered. That is the diamagnetism, paramagnetism, and ferromagnetism. These 2 points are not covered inside your syllabus. Okay, but we will, of course, definitely we will learn this remaining topics also in short. Okay, so let us discuss about the magnetic behavior. So there is one spectra, there is one graph. Okay, there is one graph. As per the susceptibility, susceptibility is nothing but a what? Xi. Okay, so there is one spectra, and that spectra we can easily determine or we can easily identify the material is in the form of what? Diamagnetism or paramagnetism or ferromagnetism. Okay, so that spectra is nothing but a susceptibility spectra, or we can say that the temperature versus susceptibility. Okay, so that spectra indicates in this way. Okay, so of course x-axis indicates a temperature T and y-axis indicates a Xi. That is nothing but a susceptibility. 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 Okay, and below the origin, below the 0 point, that point was goes to the negative susceptibility, and this above point, above from the origin, the above point indicates a positive susceptibility. Okay, and if the susceptibility is very high, if the susceptibility is very high, it means that the such kind of material is a strongly magnetized. Okay, that kind of substance are belonging to the category of ferromagnetic. Okay, so this is the origin. Okay, and if the diamagnet, in case of diamagnetic susceptibility, in case of diamagnetism, the magnetic susceptibility is always negative. Okay, so here we can count. Okay, here is the negative. So this is your graph, and this is nothing but diamagnetic material. Diamagnetism. Such kind of material is nothing but diamagnetism. Okay, it means that if this susceptibility is comes under in a negative direction or in a negative figure, so that kind of material is nothing but diamagnetic material or diamagnetism. Getting my point? So this spectra indicates a whole information. This spectra should use a whole information. If suppose the material should near to the positive direction, or we can say that near to the origin, or but in the direction of positive way, or in the direction of positive side, okay, so that this kind of spectra or this kind of material shows them paramagnetic behavior. So nothing but a paramagnetism. It means that the susceptibility is in the way of positive or small susceptibility. Okay, means there are little bit small magnetization was applicable or shows this kind of material. Which material? Paramagnetic material. Okay, it means that if we look this graph, so this graph indicates a small magnetic behavior indicates which material? The paramagnetic material. If we apply a magnetic field, that is the external magnetic field. Okay, here you can apply or does not apply. Okay, if you apply or not apply, so there is not any remarkable changes obtained for diamagnetism. Okay, and in case of ferromagnetism, we found a very strong magnetic behavior. That is the positive susceptibility. And large magnetic behavior was produced. Okay, so this is the your ferromagnetism. Okay, so what we learn from this spectra? So this spectra shows the magnetic if the magnetic susceptibility is observed in the negative direction, it means that such kind of material belongs to the category of diamagnetism. Okay, it may be a minus 0.1, minus 0.2, minus 3, minus 8, whatever. If there is a susceptibility shows in a minus symbol, so that kind of material shows a diamagnetism property or diamagnetism behavior. Getting my point? But if the magnetic behavior shows near to the positive direction or near to the origin, but positive side, okay, but positive side, it means that kind of material shows a what paramagnetic behavior. Okay, and ferromagnetism, of course, very strong magnetic field. Okay, now these are the some characteristics. These are the some classification of magnetic materials. Okay, so now let us discuss in short of some kind of materials. That is the type of magnetism. I will write here type of magnetism. So we will make one short table, and inside that table we will discuss the difference between the diamagnetism, paramagnetism, and ferromagnetism. And after that, we will go step by step for each category or each classification. That is the diamagnetism, ferromagnetism, and of course, what the paramagnetism, di, para, and ferro. In short, you can call the magnetic material like a di, para, ferro, ferri, anti-ferro, okay, and ferrite. So type of magnetism. Another one, the magnetic field is absent. Second indicates the magnetic field. Field is absent. It means H is equal to 0. Okay, we have already learned in our previous lecture. H indicates a magnetic field. Okay, and second one means the magnetic field is present. Magnetic field is present. So in this case, it indicates H is not equals to 0. Okay, if the magnetic field is present in that category or in that particular material, so it means that in that type H is not equals to 0. Getting my point? So another type is the magnetic of the material. Magnetism of the material. Magnetism of the material. Okay, and of course we can classify or we can differentiate, that is the susceptibility. Susceptibility, that is Xi. That is Xi. And relative permeability. Last one is the relative permeability. And last section, we can say that the behavior of magnetic lines of force under the applied magnetic field. Behavior of magnetic lines under what? Under applied magnetic field. Applied magnetic field. Okay, so these are the categories. These are the by using this point 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, we can differentiate the term of diamagnetism. I can write here in short. Okay, so diamagnetism. Okay, now para, and last one is the ferro. Okay, so I will differentiate that state. Okay, now what will happen in case of diamagnetism? I already spoke some of the example, that is the mercury, or we can say that the H2O or any other copper, bismuth, tin, that kind of material does not show a magnetic behavior. Okay, and if inside that case, if the magnetic materials are present, magnetic field is present, so here there is no other movement was found. If suppose this is the material's orbital movement, okay, so there is no any other dipole movement was happening. Okay, if the magnetic field is absent, okay, if the magnetic field is absent, so there is no because diamagnetic material does not show any other behavior, does not show any other magnetic behavior. It means it's always empty. Okay, that particular material, there is no any other dipole movement was happening. But in case of paramagnetic material, so dipole movement we can observe in this way. Suppose inside that material, the dipole moment we can found that in this way, the arrow of that dipole moment or the movement of that particular materials. Okay, so we can found in this way that we can observe randomly. Okay, we can observe randomly. There is no particular movement was found. Okay, in case of magnetic field is absent. Okay, because we already shown inside the graph, there are if we place the paramagnetic material inside the magnetic field, there are some magnetization was possible. Okay, there are some magnetization was possible, but here there is no any other magnetic field is applied. So in that case, the dipole moment was present in random way. Okay, but in case of ferromagnetism, okay, in case of ferromagnetism, the moment of dipole was towards the magnetic side. Okay, if the dipole moment travels towards this direction, okay, look at here, this both in this direction. This one is this direction. This one is the downward. This one is the left direction. This one is also below left downward left side, and this one is the downward upside. So this is the randomly oriented. But here the material, the dipole moment of that particular material is always towards the magnetic side because Of course, the ferromagnetic material shows a magnetic behavior. Okay, ferromagnetic material shows a ferromagnetic behavior always. Okay, so that's why the magnetic dipole moment is always towards the direction of magnetic field. Okay, it means ज्या डायरेक्शन ला मॅग्नेटिक फील्ड जात असेल, ज्या डायरेक्शन ला मॅग्नेटिक फील्ड अप्लाय केलेली असेल त्या डायरेक्शन मध्ये डायपोल मूवमेंट होत असते. Okay, like you can observe that the arrow of that particular dipole moment. Okay, fine. So just a minute. Okay, so now this is about the ferromagnetic material, because ferromagnetic material shows always a magnetic behavior. Okay, so of course we will learn step by step in each and every category in more detail. Okay, so don't worry about that. Now, if we place that diamagnetic material inside the magnetic field, okay, if we place, suppose that this is the mercury material, or if suppose that this is the what, this is the H2O, this is the gold, okay, and if we place that material near to the magnetic field, so what will happen? Look at here. If suppose if we place our material inside the magnetic field, so that the magnetic field was travels towards this direction. Okay, towards this direction. Okay, but the diamagnetic material is travels towards the opposite direction, because whenever you place the diamagnetic material inside the magnetic field, what will happen? The dipole moment is travels towards the opposite direction. Okay, so it means we can observe the dipole moment in opposite direction. We can observe the dipole moment in the opposite direction of what? The magnetic field where we apply. On what side the magnetic field was travels, in that opposite direction the dipole moment is found. That's why the susceptibility we can found in a negative direction. Getting my point? That is the reason we are observe the magnetic susceptibility in the negative direction, because if that dipole moment travels towards the magnetic field direction, at that time such kind of material shows a strong magnetic behavior. But here in this case, whenever on what side that magnetic field travel, ज्या साइडला ज्या डायरेक्शनला magnetic field travel करते त्याच्या विरुद्ध दिशेला, त्याच्या अपोजिट डायरेक्शनला काय की डायपोल मूवमेंट ट्रॅव्हल करतात, म्हणजे अपोजिट साइडला डायपोल मूवमेंट दाखवते. And due to that reason this material does not shows a magnetic behavior. But in case of paramagnetism, slightly magnetic field was appeared or observed. Okay, look at here, this is the dipole moment we have drawn here. Okay, and here the H is equal to, H is not equal to 0. It means magnetic field is present in this case. Okay, so what will happen? That randomly oriented dipole moment was also travels towards the direction of what? Towards the direction of magnetic field. But slightly they are unstable. Okay, of course they are travels towards the direction of magnetic field, but they are unstable. Means they are not continuously straight movement, straight direction. म्हणजे त्या एकदम straight direction ला travel करत नाही. तर it may be a little bit in upward direction, it may be in this direction, it may be in this direction. But त्याची movement ची direction असणार आहे ती magnetic field च्या direction ला असणार आहे. Okay, it means the dipole moment is always travels towards the magnetic field direction. Which direction we are apply the magnetic field? Okay, in this way. And if we remove the magnetic field, so such kind of dipole moment is restored in this case. आता याच्यातली magnetic field आपण बंद केली तर आपल्याला लगेच या प्रकारची पोझिशन आपल्याला मिळणार आहे. या प्रकारची पोझिशन, या प्रकारची स्टेज आपल्याला ऑब्जर्व होणार आहे. Getting my point? And in case of the ferromagnetism, the dipole moment, whenever we place the magnetic material inside the external magnetic field, this is the external magnetic field. Okay, म्हणजे त्या मटेरियल मध्ये स्वतः magnetic field अवेलेबल आहे की नाही, if we apply the external magnetic field. Okay, तर या केस मध्ये फेरोमॅग्नेटिझमच्या केस मध्ये स्ट्रॉंग मॅग्नेटिक डायपोल मूवमेंट आपल्याला पाहायला मिळतं इन दिस वे. एकदम स्ट्रेट एकदम स्ट्रॉंग मॅग्नेटिक फील्ड त्याला अप्लाय होते. Very strong magnetic field we can observe in the case of ferromagnetism. Getting my point? And if we remove the magnetic field, this case was reappeared as it is in the section of this. Okay, याच्यात magnetic field आपण remove केलं, arrow निघून जाईल आणि आपल्याला त्याची arrangement या केस सारखी मिळणार आहे. Getting my point? So now the last third one is the material of the magnetism of the material. Okay, so if you draw the spectra here in this way, okay, so this is the M. Of course, M is indicates the magnetism or magnetization, and this one is the H. H is nothing but a magnetic field. H is nothing but a magnetic field. या केस मध्ये पण आपण ड्रॉ केला. This is your M, this is your H, this is your M, this is your H. X axis indicates the external magnetic field, M axis, and Y axis indicates a what? Magnetization or magnetic material. Okay, so now what will happen here? In this case, the magnetization will decreases if the external magnetic field is increases. Okay, in this way. So we found the spectra in this way because if the material is little bit itself some amount of magnetization, and if we increase the magnetic field, at that time the magnetization was decreases. हे magnetization हे या साइड ला increase होतोय, पण external magnetic field apply केली तो they are slightly decreases up to what whenever we increase the external magnetic field, the magnetization was decreases. And in this case, look at here, we apply the external magnetic field, and at that time such kind of material was get magnetized. Okay, and we found this kind of spectra. Getting my point? It means whenever we increase the external magnetic field, such kind of material gets magnetized. Okay, so it means that magnetization was increased. Okay, जसं जसं आपण वाढवत जाणार एक्सटर्नल मॅग्नेटिक फील्ड कसं त्याचं मॅग्नेटायझेशन काय होणार आहे, वाढत जाणार आहे. ओके, अँड इन केस ऑफ फेरोमॅग्नेटिझम the sudden increase the magnetic field, if we little amount of external magnetic field if we apply here, so the graph was suddenly increases towards the higher magnetization, and after some moment what will happen, it will get a saturation. Okay, कारण की त्या मटेरियलची जी ॲबिलिटी असेल मॅग्नेटायझेशन गेन करायची ती जर कम्प्लीटली फुलफिल झाली, इट मीन्स दॅट इफ सच काइंड ऑफ मटेरियल्स the whatever amount of property is needed, whatever amount of stability or ability is required to get a magnetization, and that ability is completely over, so at that time it will get a saturation. तर त्याच्यामध्ये काय मॅग्नेटायझेशन सडनली इन्क्रीज होते या पर्टिक्युलर लिमिट पर्यंत. ओके, इथपर्यंत सपोज वी जस्ट कन्सिडर दिस पॉइंट, and after some point what will happen, it gets a saturation. आता मग तुम्ही किती एक्स्ट्रा मॅग्नेटिक फील्ड वाढवा त्या मटेरियल मध्ये काय चेंज होणार नाही. चुंबकत्व असतं ना, चुंबक असतो बघा. ओके, मॅग्नेट. ओके, त्याला तुम्ही दुसऱ्या मॅग्नेटच्या जवळ पण ठेवलं तर व्हॉट विल हॅपन, काही फरक पडणार नाही, बिकॉज itself a magnetism, itself a magnet or itself a magnetic behavior was applicable. आणि त्याला जर एक्स्टर्नल मॅग्नेटिक फील्ड दिली तर तो थोडाफार अजून अट्रॅक्ट करेल दुसऱ्या मटेरियलला. ओके, but within the limit. Okay, now the susceptibility, so I already draw the graph. So susceptibility, diamagnetism मध्ये susceptibility always negative असते. In case of paramagnetism, the susceptibility we can found a positive and small. Okay, near to the origin, and here also we found a positive susceptibility and very large magnetism we found, very large magnetism we found. Okay. Now the relative permeability. Here we found the less than unity. Relative permeability we found less than unity. Less than unity. Unity means 1. Less than 1. We can say that. Here greater than unity. In case of paramagnetism, greater than unity. Okay, and very large in case of ferromagnetism, the relative permeability is very large. Very large. Getting my point? And in last stage, behavior of magnetic lines under the applied magnetic field. Okay, if suppose that this is your material, okay, and behavior of magnetic lines, if we pass the magnetic lines, so what will happen? Such kind of material, diamagnetic material, oppose the magnetic line. Oppose dipole moment is also goes in a opposite direction. मग याच्यामध्ये काय होतं की मॅग्नेटिक लाईन सेकंड मॅग्नेटिक लाईन त्या सेंटर पॉइंट मध्ये जाते, या डायरेक्शन ने अपोज करेल. थर्ड पॉइंट इन दिस वे oppose the magnetic line. Okay, and in case of what? In case of paramagnetism, suppose this is our paramagnetic material, and if you trace the line, that is magnetic line, so this is the center line. So what will happen? They are little bit attracted. Towards the center point. In this way. Getting my point? Okay, and in last example, we can found that. If we trace the magnetic line, so we can found strongly attracted towards the magnetism. They are strongly attracted towards the magnetic side. Okay, they are strongly attracted in this way. Okay, it means that this is the behavior of magnetic lines under applied magnetic field. And if we apply the magnetic field, so we found this type of nature inside that diamagnetic material. And inside that paramagnetic material, we can found this type of nature. And in case of what? In case of ferromagnetic material, we found this kind of nature. So this is all about the distinguish between the diamagnetism, paramagnetism, and of course ferromagnetism. Okay, so I hope that you might be clear the difference between the diamagnetism, ferromagnetism, and paramagnetism. Of course, we will learn in details of each type of magnetism, that is diamagnetism, paramagnetism, and ferromagnetism. Okay, so this is the basic nature and basic difference between the diamagnetism, para, and ferro. Okay. If absent magnetic field, so what is the nature was found? If there is little bit magnetic field was present, so what is we can observe? What are the changes of inside the material? What is the susceptibility? And we also draw one graph, and inside that graph we also study some kind of nature. Okay, so I hope that you might be enjoy this lecture.